Good afternoon. This is Book Talks with Zaihan and Sofia.
In this podcast, we'll talk about some of our favorite novels and series. Also, there are some spoilers, so if you have not read the series or just started, know that there are some tells.
We also do book reviews. You guys recommend books for us to talk about. Good, bad, whatever. We do everything.
Every episode, we'll begin with the books Sophia and I are currently reading. So let's get started. So I'm currently reading Silence is Goldfish by Annabelle Picker, I think. I forgot. But it's mid. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Yeah, I'm still reading the Throne of Glass series. I'm now on the third book, Air of Fire, and it's pretty good so far. Some things I don't really like that much, but I like it.
Good. Okay, so this week, we're going to be continuing the Folk of the Air series by Holly Black with the second book, Wicked King.
As you guys know, we are currently talking about the Folk of the Air series, like John said. And if you don't know what that is or haven't watched the part 1, this series by Holly Black has a total of 3 books.
Cruel Prince, the first book, which we talked about last episode. Wicked King, the second book, which is what we're talking about right now. And finally, Queen of Nothing, the final book, which we'll be talking about next episode in part 3.
I personally love the series, so I will give an overall score of 4.9 out of 5, only because there are some minor things that I don't really like, but we'll talk about that when we get into the series.
I'll give it a 4.9999 out of 5.
Wow.
Because I didn't like the ending that much. I felt like Cardin was gonna get a redemption, but then he just had to go and exile her. But I loved the character death didn't change. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Same. Do you want us to like him or hate him? I love the book, though I feel like this is where my hatred for Tyrant started to erupt. I hate her so much, and I hate her even more in this book.
For real, marrying your sister's cheating ex-boyfriend was cheating on Jude with you and making it her fault?
I know, it made me so angry, and honestly, I hate how in the end, Tyrant blames Jude for how it turned out. And I also didn't like what happened between Vivi and Heather at Locke and Tyrant's wedding.
Yeah, why on earth would you manipulate the person you love? Both characters can be so dumb.
I know how Heather was conflicted and scared. Your whole life, you live normally, and then you find out your girlfriend's from another world, then you go to her sister's wedding, and then get turned into an animal by some random fae person. I think it was way too much for her to handle. And on top of that, making her forget it all happened, and then, making her remember again. What? It was just so much that happened. Sorry, we have a little rant there.
But, in general, the whole memory stealing in fantasy books, because it happens a lot, it's just a no for me. And talking about no's, do you believe Nicasia acted like that for love or obsession?
Honestly, I think it was out of a need and thirst for power.
Yeah, but she attempted murder out of jealousy. Maybe we've all had dark thoughts, but, attempting it...
Okay, this may be a little confusing, but to clarify, we're talking about that point in the book at, the beginning when Nicasia tries to kill the girl who's kissing Cardin. And honestly, how do you miss that bad? She literally shot Cardin accidentally.
She didn't miss. Plot armor is impenetrable. Nothing can get through. Let's talk about Maddox, because we didn't really talk about him last time.
Yeah.
Since he wasn't, really a big character in Cruel Prince, but he is definitely a significant character in.
Yeah. I think Wicked King, if, we were to see more of Maddox, why he's an evil character, and though I still hate Tyrant more, I think Maddox is terrible.
Yeah, but compared to Maddox, Tyrant seems like an angel. In Cruel Prince, he was a terrible father figure. He wasn't even a father figure. He killed Tyrant and Jude's parents. And Tyrant considering him a father is just why. She has very bad taste in men. Locke and now Maddox. Also, does the backstory happen in Wicked King or Queen of Nothing?
I agree. Maddox is terrible, and I just hate Tyrant and Locke. And also, I think that backstory happens in a little bit of Cruel Prince at the end, and then we get the rest of Wicked King. So back to Maddox. I think he's terrible, and I hate how he raises them without even talking about what he did to their parents. It's just pretending it never happened. That makes me angry.
Yeah, Maddox is the definition of every child deserves a parent, but not every parent deserves a child. Okay, on to the better note. How about we move on to characters who be more or so like maybe Oak?
Alright, I love Oak. He's a sweet kid, but he's literally 10 years old. And the way Holly Black writes him is as if he's a 5-year-old. Oak ran and sat on Jude's lap. He was running around the halls. He was playing. The character is developed very childish.
Yeah, that's why it was so hard to understand Oak's perspective and character in Stolen Air. But anyway, the last thing I want us to talk about is before we get into the comment section is the contract between Jude and Cardin, because I'm really up and down about it. So what's your feeling on it?
Okay, well, honestly, I love Jude and I love Cardin. And I know a lot of people hate them and think their relationship is bad and fake. But honestly, I think they're good together and they balance each other out.
I know, but like the contract Jude makes with Carden, what do you think about that?
That was interesting. How like they get married in the end. He just exile like, no, I just started liking you, Carden. Please don't do this.
I think it was like really necessary for like the plot for the contract to happen, but like I don't know, it just felt really iffy. It wasn't forced. Like I could see the chemistry and tension between them.
Yeah.
I really don't know how to feel about it. You guys can tell us in the comments. Okay, I cannot wait any longer. Can we go on to the 1-star comment section?
Oh my god, John, you're way too excited about those, but sure.
Yes!
If you guys don't watch the last episode, what we are basically doing is we found some reviews online for Good King that we generally disagree with. We'll be sharing our opinion on them.
Disclaimer, we're not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. These are our opinions that we are sharing. It's not personal, just for pure entertainment.
Yeah, Jahan, because you're so excited, you can start us off.
Okay, the first comment we're going to go into is by Aileen, I think, right?
Yeah,
Aileen.
and she wrote, Carden, you magnificent bastard. I applaud you. I applaud him for what he did to Jude. Jude had it coming. She's such an idiot. I hate that girl so much.
Wait. How is she an idiot? She literally took over a kingdom.
Like, she wasn't even royalty, and then she became queen. Like, she's smart.
And she's human, mortal.
Like, she outsmarted everyone there. And, like, what? No one thought she could do it. So I just don't think she's dumb. Not in the sense that she is unlikable, because usually I'm into that. But she's just so stupid. What? Like, I'm a little confused.
You said
like,
you're into like unlikable characters.
So you like unlikable characters, but you don't like her because she's unlikable.
It's your opinion that she's unlikable, so you like
unlikable.
I'm so confused.
Feels like a riddle, like a woodchuck and chuck wood, or like whatever.
It's confusing.
Confused here. Okay, there is literally no reason for her to, one, stay in fairy when everyone hates her, and two, to try and be powerful, because she isn't even good at it. No, I think Jude is one of my personal favorite powerful. She's incredible as a queen.
And also, she doesn't try to be powerful. She is powerful.
She is the best.
And also, if you read the book fully, you could have seen that she says multiple times she doubts herself why she's even staying in fairy, but then she says, oh, I'm going to feel worthless because it says fairy is my home. I grew up here. I'm trying to get revenge for what Maddox did to my parents. I want to belong here because she grew up there. It's a sense of belonging, right?
Yeah. Okay. Our next is by Elysian,
and she talks about the romance
in the book. So Elysian writes, "There's barely any romance. Sorry, not sorry. Making out does not count for me as romance. Also, their relationship with each other is such a weird one. And for me, it feels like Carden fell for Jude, and after she kind of saved his life, after she was unable to protect it. Again, stupid. Do I have to add anything more to this? Probably, but I do not want to. To sum it up, it was bad, and do not trust those people who say, oh, but the second book is better than the first. They probably lie just like Jude."
Okay.
What?
Like, also, Carden... okay, I have to admit this. Carden was kind of obsessed with Jude beforehand, but then they do get time to know each other and fall in love. It's an enemies to lovers. It's an enemies to lovers.
That is every enemies to lovers book. And also, I think their relationship is honestly not just making out and things.
It's not sexual. It's not physical. Yeah. It's intimate.
They have an actual relationship. And they talk and they get along and they work together. Like, they balance each other out. They're great together. Like, Jude helps Carden be king, and like he helps her. Like, they're I don't know how to explain this.
There are so many people who have a problem with their relationship. Like this comment by Ghoul6.
Ghoul6. I wanted to give you a 0, but that's not possible. So I'll give you a 1. I hated this book with every fiber of my being. I skipped most part of it, and the only good thing about it was Carden and Jude. But then in the end, bleh. January 9th. If this disappoint me, I'll come for each and every one of you who told me this was the best trilogy.
Oh my gosh, she's coming for us. Coming for us.
No, this trilogy is the best, honestly. I have to disagree with you.
Also, if you skipped most of it, how would you know if it's good or not?
You can't write a review that says you skipped most of it, because that makes no sense. What parts did you read?
And also, I do like that you like Jude and Carden.
Yes, because Jude and Carden slay.
Awesome.
What makes you like it? Because Jude and Carden are a very big part of the book.
They're twined with a political thing. If you can't read the book without
Jude and Carden,
yeah.
What? Kimberly wrote, "I expected this to be amazing and intrigued, but only was disappointed. Once again, it was slow. Barely anything important happens in book 1 of The Wicked King. Most of the important things are in book 2, which is a little more than halfway through." Well, what? I'm a little confused because a lot of important stuff happens in book one,
Yeah.
and a lot of stuff happens in
If
book
you
two.
don't, it's like I feel like it really depends. Like you can read Wicked King without reading Cool Prince, but it just helps with the understanding if you read Cool Prince. And a
Yeah.
lot of important things happen in Wicked King. Like you cannot not read Wicked King and read Queen of Nothing. It won't make sense. Zero things will make sense.
And the thing about a series is you have to like even out the things between the three books, and I felt like there was. I felt like it was goodly like distributed all the content through the three books, and a lot happened in
Yeah,
each one.
like some of them are too fast or some of them are slow, but I feel like Cruel Prince was and the whole
Yeah.
series were just like nice.
Good. The book. Even the more important events didn't really grab my attention. The plot was very predictable. Even though I'm typically not a good person at predicting repeats everything, this is probably the first time I'm critiquing an author's writing because I've never seemed to notice anything about the writing. If it's good, bad, or amazing, I don't notice because I usually do not pay attention to the author's writing style. But with Holly Black, her writing stood out to me, but not in the good way. I just don't like her writing style for some reason. She keeps repeating phrases like, someone you trust has already betrayed you. Yes, I know. It does not need to be repeated 7 times. I'm frustrated with the choices June made, and I'm not sure why she still trusted and would work with people who betray her.
I agree with the last part where you said
Yeah.
you're frustrated with the choices June makes. It kind of is annoying, but like
I think, Kimberly, you wrote it well. Because I see your opinion here and I see why you don't like it. And honestly, it's okay because sometimes I really don't notice authors' writing styles when I'm reading. I'll just like pass by. But then there are just some books that just like don't feel right. Like,
Yeah.
words.
I think you were a genuine person just writing a comment about you disliking the book. Like I'm not gonna be mad about you. This was your opinion. This is our opinion.
I'm not sure if anyone else notices, but when reading Cruel Prince, Holly Peck uses the word mislike, and I don't know why, but I've never heard someone say mislike instead of dislike.
Oh, I haven't. I don't notice unless it's like
Yeah.
really bad. I don't notice in author's writing.
Like she uses the word mislike a lot, and that word confuses me a lot. Sorry, my chair just fell.
Well, like unless it's like really bad, like I feel like Holly Black's writing was like a mix of like a little bit of like posh and like a little bit casual. So kind of got confused, but like the plot was just so good I didn't even notice it.
I think this is
This one got me. This one was a laugh.
Yeah, this is our second to last review, and this one is Mukia, and she wrote, last year, Mary Poppins tried to teach me that a cover is nice, but a cover is not the book, and I'm really, really sorry I didn't take her advice. I'm pleased to announce that this big, fat, lonely star has nothing to do with Carden. He could possibly marginally the only good thing about this book. Maybe because he was absent for 50% of it. Will I suffer through the Queen of Nothing? Maybe, if I'm feeling generous, and only see how this freak show ends up. But I would definitely be lonely if in a friend because I regret every cent spent on this. Okay.
Honestly, your first part gave me a laugh. It was kind of funny.
Laugh.
I like how you like Carden because I also like Carden as a character. But why did you dislike it? You don't
really tell.
You don't tell us. You just
Like, is it like Jude? Is it like Vivi and Heather? Like, there are more parts than just like Carden.
Yeah.
And also, he was really prominent in like Wicked King. I felt like.
Honestly, I loved every interaction between Jude and Carden. So if you're like you really like them, yeah, I guess it does feel like that you're missing out on a lot. But like you also have to listen to read the other parts of the book to actually enjoy.
Mm-hmm. What? And this is
her
Low Dude Finland, and they wrote, "How on earth did this one suck so hard? It was so boring. Oh my god! Don't give that B of a sister. Oh my god, sis. WTF? Are you marrying a snake who dated your sister?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, you are so stupid. Ah!" This one made me laugh because honestly, I kind of agree with this part of it because Jude was kind of. It annoyed me so much when Jude.
Why would she forgive Tyron?
Why would she help
Tyron
her?
is literally such a crappy character. She didn't deserve anything.
Why?
And I hate her even more in Queen of Nothing. Like this is just like half of me hating her. But you can see my real anger in Queen of Nothing next episode.
Like the way Tyron acts and the way Jude just forgives her for all the terrible things. Tyron is a bad sister and treats her terribly, and that makes me angry.
Okay. I'm just like over this. I don't want to get any more mad. Do you want to go on to the quotes?
Yes. Let's go talk about some quotes. Okay, so now what we're doing is we will be sharing some of our personal favorite quotes from the text. Okay, Zaihan chose most of the quotes we have here, and I chose a total of 1. So we're going to start off with my one quote. Okay, the 3 of you have one solution to every problem: murder. No key fits every lock. Carden gives us a stern look. Someone tries to betray the High King, murder. Someone gives you a harsh look, murder. Someone disrespects you, murder. Someone ruins your laundry, murder.
Someone insults your favorite quote, murder.
I think it's so funny because it's true. All Jude and Tyrone, they fix everything by murder. Like, you're in a bad marriage, like murder. Your sister's terrible, murder. Someone bullies you, murder.
Their family has a problem.
Yeah, it's just here. I agree with Carden here.
Okay, so this is another quote that I chose. And
most of them you chose Zaihan. You went overboard.
Okay, so this is, if you're the sickness, I suppose you also can't be the cure. And this is repeated a lot of times in the book. I'm like up and down about it, but Sophia has actually a little funny story with this.
The thing is, when reading the entirety of the book, I always thought it was, if you're the sickness, I suppose you can also be the cure. And I didn't notice that it was you can't also
Jude
be the cure.
can be the cure.
That you can't be the cure till like Zaihan added it, and I was like, what? And then it's repeated like so many times throughout the books. And also, when Zaihan added it, I didn't even know it was from this book.
Wait, like, how?
I thought it was, so I read this book called The Cure.
Oh, yeah.
Cure Chronicles, have you heard of them? By A.V. Some writing, I think. And I thought that was from it. I didn't, because sometimes I mix up a lot of books together, and I had no idea that was from cool. Okay, so this one is another one of Zaihan's. And once upon a time, there was
the rest of them are mine.
Yes, all of them are yours. Once upon a time, there was a human girl stolen away by fairies, and because of that, she swore to destroy them. So, a lot of books, I love it when they do this. Like, they go into like little like fairy tale spin-off. Yeah, if you've ever read We Were Liars, it's a really good book. Like she tells like in the middle, she tells the story of the three princesses and the king, and the main character like describes how it relates it to her life, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah, like original fairy tales, not the Disney versions. Like they're very grim and sad. So I think this was I think like I'm not sure if this was a reference to this like I forgot the name, where it's like this girl who got like tricked into coming to the fairy world, not the same fairy world as this one, but to reference it. And she danced all night because she like drank with them, and then she dies. So
yeah, she tells like a lot of stories about fairy tales in the book. Okay,
so this one I'll read it. Yes, my sweet villain, sweet Jude, you are my dearest punishment. I feel like this is like just it's true enemies to lover. It's like true enemies to lover. It's not like they're academic rivals or anything.
The thing is, I think Jude and Carden have a like really cute like when they talk to each other and they're really cute to each other. But a lot of people hate like Jude and Carden, and honestly,
they're so cute together.
Great. I think I love them.
And they're an actual enemies to lovers. Yeah, like, that's true. Like you can't consider academic rivals or like, they're two sides of things.
Or like I just don't think like Romeo and Juliet. I don't think I call that enemies to lovers. I would call like this enemies to lovers. Like Romeo and Juliet, your families hate each other, but you like each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Like, you can go to the next book.
But this is like 5 words. The quote is, I want to tell you so many lies.
Yes, this counts as a quote because it's repeated so many times in the book. It's like,
child, sit down. You're getting very, very, I'm excited about this.
Yes, I am. So I feel like this was, I added this because I couldn't find any more talking about a Jude's lie. I wanted to highlight how Jude can lie. And I think it was actually a nice touch, how Holly Black added that she's the only one that could lie, and it kind of explained.
Like, she talks about a lot how they're like humans, and they're like you lie to humans.
Like usually it's like they're just naturally distrustful of mortals. But this actually
I know this is a good book, but let's go talk about the first book for a second. When Jude kidnaps Carden, and she tricks him into telling her things about like asking about like lies because Carden can't lie. The fae can't lie. So I think it's hilarious how she like tried.
Yeah, and then I also love how she like incorporates that line into like the relationships between
very important. Okay, next one's for you.
Okay, this one is I hate you so much that sometimes I can't think of anything else. True enemies to lovers. What am I saying here? God. True. Like I literally love enemies to lovers. Trope. It's like trope or troop. Trope. I love that trope so much. Okay, so we're just gonna skip past this because
enemies to lovers is my favorite trope. I don't think, are there any other good tropes? I don't like any other tropes.
I mean, like, I can see, actually, you know, yeah. This is the only trope that I can get with that it's not like, I don't understand friends to lovers.
Friends to lovers, honestly, I feel like never ends well.
Like, how do you know when the friendship ends and the love begins?
I like it when it's like lovers to friends.
Or,
I
like-
think that counts as trope, really.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I like it when like they're like dating and then they have like mutual respect for each other, but then they become friends. I think that's a good one.
I'll only count it if like it's childhood friends.
Yeah.
And then they like.
Yes.
I guess like I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, this long one. This makes up for the last one. I wasn't kind, Jude. Not to many people, not to you. I wasn't sure if I wanted you or if I wanted you gone from my side so that I would stop feeling what I did, which made me even more unkind. But when you were gone, truly gone beneath the waves, I hated myself as I never have before. Wow, Zaihan.
And you say that this is not genuine. And you say that this is not genuine.
I said the 5 words was not genuine. This one is like a paragraph, so it counts.
To all you haters out there, no offense. I understand you have your opinion and you don't like this book, but it's like you have to admit that they have some chemistry.
Yeah, I think they have chemistry. I'm not saying chemistry.
Not you, not you.
Yeah,
not
not me.
Just
But
to all.
I still think you went overboard with the quotes. Okay. Finally, our last one that we found.
This is
That John
legends need not to concern themselves something as small as happiness. I think this was said by Jude. I added this because
okay.
I
don't
added
really
this
get it.
because it talked about how Jude, you know how she conquered the thing.
What?
You
Yeah,
know-
like how she became queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
So I want added this because she thought herself. If this was said by Jude, because I didn't say who it was said by, but it's like she doesn't think herself needs happiness
Oh, yeah.
if she has power.
She describes it as God as like her happiness doesn't matter, and it kind of annoys me when like book characters do that because like, girl.
And it also shows like how much she has to sacrifice to become someone who's powerful. And then so if you're saying that there's not an actual reason for her to be in fairy, it's because she wants to sacrifice her own happiness for the other people.
I kind of annoys me when people say like Barney is still in fairy because I guess that's true. Like she could go to the mortal realm where she's a little less bully and things. But the thing is, she grew up in fairy. Fairy is her home, and like she lives there, and her family's there. So I think she stayed for like a good reason, I guess.
And another reason I added this quote is because they can also be really generalized in our like normal human realm, like in the non-book form. It's like people who are famous or people who are really in great power, they sometimes have to sacrifice their own happiness to get to that power.
Yeah. So
that's our last quote. Yeah.
Okay, I see your quotes. Now, Zaihan, I had like you had so many quotes. You had like 30 quotes, and we had to cut them down because we don't have.
Okay, next episode I'll let you choose all the quotes if you do.
I don't want to choose. I don't have that many quotes that I like.
You can add them.
Okay.
I guess you can.
Okay. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys had as much fun watching this as we have filming it. Hopefully see you next episode. Stay tuned for the rest of the things we post.
Make sure to like and subscribe and
just keep
visit
watching.
the next episode because you want to find out how we think about Queen of Nothing.
Okay. Bye.
So bye.